welcome once again to M5's English language learning programme, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. Hi, hello, good afternoon. Hello people, how are you all today? Are you all having fun? Yes? Good. So, it's been a good day so far, is that correct? Yes? Well, good. All right, well, obviously, you all slept well, woke up feeling refreshed, had a breakfast fit for a king, or a queen, or a prince, or a princess, or something or someone else. And then, well, it was probably school or work. Oh, hang on. There's no school at the moment, is there? I thought we'd come to the end of I don't know. I never know. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is this. We're here. We're back in the studio. Back with cameras, mics, choppers, lights, clapper loaders, more lights, things which go bing.
Wonderful what we can do nowadays. Ah, I see you have the machine that goes bing.
And other essential stuff too, like makeup and brushes and things like that. There's an iron here too somewhere. Juji, the brush, always has a couple of things up her sleeve. All right, in that case, we're all here and you're all there. So, let's get this show on the road. Let Tuesday begin. Okay, so, what was the last thing that we looked at? That's right, we were talking about the present perfect, weren't we? Yes, we were talking about using the present perfect to talk about life experience, things which have happened since birth to the time of speaking. All right, and we touched on the use of ever and never, didn't we? Yes, and we noted that this, the use of ever and never in questions and negatives in the present perfect, is one area where we can sense a difference. Here, the lines which separate the categories aren't so blurred. No, when we ask a question in the present perfect using ever, and again, when we reply in the negative using never, we show, we indicate, we communicate that these sentences are about life experience, things that we have done to date, and things that we've never done in our lives so far. So, seeing as you all remember what we were doing, let's get back to the practice. So, a question about Johnny Halliday's mum. Has Johnny Halliday's mum ever been to Japan? It's a question. It's a question about the third person singular, and it's a question in the present perfect. All right. So that means that we're going to start with the correctly conjugated form of the auxiliary verb which we use to make the present perfect. Have. And the third person singular form of have is has. Good. So we start with has, then follow with the subject. Has Johnny Halliday's mum. Okay. And now what? Well, as we saw, we follow the subject with the past participle of the main verb. And what's the main verb? To be. Okay, and what's the past participle of the verb to be? Be, was, were, been. Okay, been. But, because this is a present perfect question about life experience, we're going to use ever in the question, aren't we? Yes, and what does that mean? What are the implications of this decision? Well, what did I tell you about the positioning of ever in present perfect questions? Yes, that's right. When we use ever in a present perfect question, we put it between the subject and the past participle of the main verb. All right, so have a bash at these. Have you eat snails? A, ever ate. B, never eaten. C, eaten. D, ever eaten. Okay, so which is the right answer? Well, let's start by eliminating, getting rid of, removing the ones which are wrong. So, which ones are wrong? Yes, for a start, we can forget about A, can't we? Yes. And why can we forget about it? Yes, because although we've got ever, which makes perfect sense if we're asking a question about your life to date, and so it makes sense to ask the question with ever, that's not the problem area, is it? There's a problem with the next bit. Although ever is perfect, what's wrong with the next bit? Yes, the verb is all wrong, isn't it? Yes, it's all twisted and bent. this is the present perfect. But ate is the wrong form of the verb to eat, isn't it? Yes, ate is the past simple form of the verb to eat, not the past participle. What's the past participle of eat? Let's hear it. Eat, ate, eaten. All right. So part of A is correct, but only part of it, and that's not enough. A is out. What about B? Well, the verb's in the right form, isn't it? Yes, eaten is the correct form. That's the past participle. Eat, ate, eaten. Fine. But what's that in front of the past participle? Never. Well, that won't do, will it? No. When we're asking questions in the present perfect, we use ever, don't we? Yes, we use ever in present perfect questions to ask about any time in life until now. It's the perfect word to add to the question when we're asking about life experience. So, we use ever, but what's that there? Sitting in front of the past participle. That's not ever, is it? No, that's never. That's the opposite of ever. That's the word which means at no time. And never is also a word we use with the present perfect. True, but not when we're asking questions. No, we use never when we're giving a negative answer, don't we? Yes, so that's all twisted and bent, isn't it? Yes, that's the wrong thing entirely. We don't want never. This is a question about life experience. So, we want ever, not never. And what do we conclude from this? Yes, that's right. B is no good. B is out too. Okay, so on we go. What about the next one? What about C? Well, that's the correct form of the verb, isn't it? Yes, that's the past participle. Eat, ate, eaten. So, what do we think? Yes and no. I mean, fine. The verb is in the correct form. The verb is in the past participle form, and that's the correct form for the present perfect. But, this is a question about life experience, and for me, that means that there's something missing. When we're asking about life experience to date, from the beginning of life until now, until the time of speaking, then we really need to use ever in our questions. Otherwise, it's not clear that we're asking about life experience. We could be asking about some other aspect of the present perfect, like an event or state in the past which is relevant or important now. So I'm going to say that C is also wrong. It's better than A and B, definitely. There's no question about that, but it's still not 100%. So that means that we've eliminated 3 bad answers. And so, via a process of elimination, we must have found the correct answer. Well, have we? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Does D feature the word ever? Yes! Great! And what about the verb? Is the verb in the past participle form? Yes? Well then, ladies and gents, I believe we've got a winner. Yes, D is the correct answer. Correct. 100% correct. Let's see it. Have you ever eaten snails? All right, time for another one. Doolulu, doolulu, visit their doolulu, mother's mother, doolulu, Australia. All right, well, this one's a bit different, isn't it? Yes, I haven't provided you with any answers, have I? Yes, that's right, I haven't. Come on, you're all big enough to work this one out for yourselves, aren't you? Yes, of course you are. So, one step at a time, let's have a look at this one together and work out what the correct question should be. All right, well, let's start with the simplest aspect. It's a question. We know that, so what's wrong with this picture? Well, yes, you've spotted it. The first thing that we need to correct is the fact that this is meant to be a question, but what's missing from the end? Bingo, bongo, tingo, tongo. There's no question mark, is there? Well, that's easy to rectify, isn't it? Yes, bung a question mark in at the end. Okay, so now what have we got? Doolulu, doolulu, visit their doolulu, mother's mother, doolulu, Australia. We've done the end, so let's start at the beginning. Now, this is a question, a present perfect question. So what does that tell us about the form? Yes, If this was a present perfect positive sentence, then the form would be S plus AV plus PP. Subject followed by the correctly conjugated form of the auxiliary verb have, the verb we use to help make the present perfect, followed by the past participle of whichever verb we're using. Okay. So that's the form for the positive present perfect sentence. But this isn't a positive sentence, is it? No. This is a question. So that means that we have to swap things about, don't we? Yes. For our question, the form is AV plus S plus PP. We start with the correctly conjugated form of the auxiliary verb have. Then we add the subject and then the past participle of the main verb. And let's not forget, because in these sentences we're asking about life experience, we should remember to bung in that favourite word of ours, ever. And where does ever go? That's right. In present perfect questions about life experience to date, we insert ever between the subject and the past participle of the main verb. AV plus S plus ever plus PP. Okay, so where does that leave us? Yes, that means that we have to start with the correctly conjugated form of the verb to have, the verb we use as the auxiliary verb, the verb we use to help us make the present perfect. Okay, so that means that we have to make a choice, don't we? Yes, but it's not a difficult choice, is it? No, we've only got two forms to choose from, have or has. So, in order to make the correct choice, we have to work out what the subject of this sentence is, don't we? Yes, and what is the subject? Well, work it out. We haven't got the subject yet, but there's a possessive pronoun there, isn't there? Yes, look, there. There's a possessive pronoun, and that tells us what the subject of the sentence is, doesn't it? Yes. If the possessive pronoun is there, then the subject must be what? That's right, Captain Cucumber. The subject of this sentence is they. Okay, so come on then, Sherlock. What's the correct form of the auxiliary verb? Which form of have is the correct form for they? I have, you have, he, she, it has. We have, you have, they have. Yes, that's right. It's not difficult, is it? So, that means that we're going to begin our question with have. Good. AV done. What's next? Well, now we need the subject. And we've just figured out what that is. The subject is they. So, have they. Great! AV plus S. What next? Well, we know that this is a question in the present perfect, asking about life experience to date. So that means that we need to put in ever. And that's what comes next, isn't it? Yes! AV plus S plus ever, and then the PP, the past participle form of the main verb. Have they ever... what? Well, what's the main verb? The verb to visit. Okay. What are the forms? Visit, visited, visited. Now that's easy. The past simple and the past participle are the same. So, let's see what we've got so far. Have they ever visited their... question mark. Brill, fab, mega, wicked, and other words from my childhood. Okay, what's next? Well, we can see what's coming up. Aha! It's another puzzle, isn't it? Yes, but it's a very easy one. Quick! What's the word for your mother's mother? Ah! That's right, Captain Banana Pants. Your mother's mother is your granny, your grandmother. Bung it in. Have they ever visited their grandmother? Question mark. Okay, almost done. There's just one little test left. There's something missing there, isn't there? Yes, we need a preposition, don't we? And which preposition do we need? Well, think about it. Where am I? Where is Budapest? Where are the British Houses of Parliament? Where's my money? Yes, I'm in the studio. Budapest is in Hungary. The British Houses of Parliament are in London. And my money is in the bank and in my pocket. Yes, we need in. Where is their granny? She lives in Australia. She's in Australia. Bung it in and we're done. Have they ever visited their grandmother in Australia? Brilliant! Well done! And we're done for the day. Yes, Tuesday's edition has come to an end and it's time for me to head off home for a coffee. As for you lot, well, I don't know. There's the dog, the carrot, the parrot, and if you've got a monkey, there's the monkey too. Look after them, people. Do your chores and remember to put some music on too. I'll see you all tomorrow, and remember, tomorrow is Don't Look Up Wednesday, so keep your eyes down. See you later. See you tomorrow. www.mediaclick.hu. Bye!